It's that time again when Alex, the producer, shows me a very popular viral video that needs to be explored. And I want to set you up here. This is not a viral video that I'm going to tear apart. This is a viral video that I'm going to provide some context to because it's extremely real. And the reason this has gone viral is because it has hit a nerve. It really has. And so I want to get right to it. But I want to just give some quick context prior to starting the clip. How long is the clip, Alex? Okay, great. I have a quick minute to set this up, then we'll come back. Before we play this clip, I want you to have context of this because this is the message. If you're making less than $25 an hour right now, you should be terrified. And he goes into breakdown, and you're going to see his financial breakdown. But I want to set the context. In the United States right now, 1.1 million workers earn wages at the minimum wage of $7.25 an hour. This is data from the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. And close to 52 million U.S. workers, in other words, 32% of the country's workforce, earn less than $15 an hour. Okay? Now that's the setup. So you've got just over a million workers make less or right at $7.25 an hour. And then 32% of the workforce earns less than $15 an hour. And that sets us up for this because we're now looking at life at 25 an hour as kind of like, this is what he's saying is the bare minimum to survive. Let's roll.
I'm looking at some monthly averages of regular costs of living all across the U.S., average costs. And I put them all in a spreadsheet and did all the math for you so you can see exactly what this big picture is here. So these are just normal expenses that most single consumers have, and this is all of them laid out national average right here. The average cost of an apartment is $1,659 a month. With groceries, you're going to spend $500 on that, and you go down the list here. But add all that up, you're looking at $3,285 a month just in your cost of living expenses. Which means to break even and just squeeze by paycheck to paycheck, you have to be making $3,285 every 4 weeks. So this is calculated at your monthly income at a 40-hour work week, so it's your hourly rate times 160 hours for 4 weeks in a month. Because I don't believe anybody should have to work more than a 40-hour week just to survive. Now this tax column represents how much you'd be paying each month in taxes after you add up all your withholdings. I figured this out by looking at my pay stubs from the last time I was an employee about 6 years ago. So you got your gross income, you got your net income after you pay this tax, which would go in this column. I didn't fill it all in. The first time you see a number higher than this number is at $25 an hour. And it could even get worse than that because chances are you're going to be paying more than 16% in total withholdings. Add anything like child support or alimony to that and forget about it. So this leaves you with very limited options. You either have to kill yourself working way too many hours, or you've got to figure out a way to make a ton of money. And also keep in mind, these expenses are factoring in doing nothing. No free time, no going out to eat, no extra miles on the car, nothing. You didn't have a breakdown that month. You incurred no additional hardships. This is just your cost of living and what you have to make in order to cover it. Now, human instinct is to say, all right, what can we cut out of that cost of living to make it a little bit more affordable? But here's the problem with that. Life already sucks because you're living paycheck to paycheck, and now you're going to make it worse by taking away some of the luxuries that you have that you are actually needs. Even if you took out your cell phone, your internet, and your streaming, you'd save about $200 a month. The only thing you could put additional in your pocket is $200 ever. That will never increase.
All right, so I want to break down several things in this video. First, I want to start with this is an extremely negative outlook, but I also understand it is also a very realistic situation. The reason that the TikTok went viral is because there are a lot of people that are absolutely square in the middle of those numbers of the spreadsheet. So I want to acknowledge, as I did before we played the TikTok, 32% of our country's workforce makes less than $15 an hour. So substantially less than the number of $25 an hour that he's saying should cause panic in your life. So I want to start by saying the only thing that I take issue with as it relates to the tone of this is the way this is laid out is if you're watching this and you don't make $25 an hour, you're screwed. It's all the stuff about, it sucks, and it does suck. But the mentality of this is you're screwed. and you can't help yourself and you're a victim. That's the tone of the video, and I don't like that, because there's another side of the narrative which I'm going to give you. All right, now a couple things I take issue with on the numbers that relate to if you're in this situation. I'm actually here to encourage you, not discourage you, and I'm going to help you make more money and cut your costs. How about that? Because the answer to this is you're not screwed. The answer is you could be and should be making more than $25 an hour. It might take some time. It might take some money, and we got to figure that out, and I'm going to walk you through it. So please stay with me, because I want you to be making more than $25 an hour. Now, let's get through the numbers. First, okay, the $25 an hour that he cites, that puts you at $48,000 a year on a 40-hour work week, okay? By the way, I agree with the TikToker that, I don't want you to have to work more than 40 hours, but are there seasons where you have to? Yes. But are you doing that your whole life? No. Stay tuned. But his numbers are off in a couple of key areas. And so if you get sucked into this, you got to go, wait. How can I make this better? Well, let's look at the most obvious one, okay? The average new car payment, he put in his spreadsheet that the car payment was $400 a month. He is way off, almost to the tune of $300 off. The average new car payment, I looked it up, is $667. But that's the average. I've seen TikTok videos, Alex, where people are like, it's a fun video and everybody's got a big smile on their face and they're like, my car payment is $1,200. And I see couples, our combined car payment is $2,400. Now you plug those payments into this, which is real, and people are living off credit cards. And we see credit card debt at an all-time high in America. So this is an incomplete TikTok. All right. Now, the average used car payment that people are driving around with right now is $515 a month. So plug those into his numbers. And what if we removed the car payment? And some of you are going, Ken, you dolt, I need a car. I know. However, yours truly has not had a car payment in over 15 years. Until 2 years ago, and Joe Hankin can back me up on this, I was driving a 2006 Lexus with 195,000 miles on it. Why? Because I had other financial goals that were more important. My wife was driving a Suburban. Joe knows this as well, with 250,000 miles on it. We just recently upgraded, but guess what? I'm driving a 2013 model, and I got a great deal on it. You know how many miles it had on it? 43,000 miles. I paid cash. I paid $16,000 for it. I saved up. Here's what I'm trying to say. What if in his TikTok video, there was no car payment, and we know the average American's driving at least a $515 car payment, or more likely the $667. Now you add that to his grocery line, which I know is wrong because I got 3 kids. So maybe a single person can get by on $500 a month in groceries, but right now inflation's through the roof. Here's what I'm getting at. Some of those numbers are off. And so off that if you were to begin to pay your car off or sell your car and save up and get a, the point is we walk you through this every day on the Ramsey Show. Financial Peace University. Go check it out if you're new to all this stuff. You think I'm full of nonsense. I can get control of my expenses and I can be less tight. Number 2, I can increase my income by working really, really well and getting qualifications and cash flowing those things and making more money. So the answer is, yes, my target should be much higher than $25 an hour. And oh, by the way, I probably should cut my spending. That is irresponsible because millionaires do it. Something to think about.